up, sports nuts? Francisco here, and welcome to our 17th episode. And in this episode, we are going to talk about a little news from around the NBA, from inside the bubble, along with our main topic about the greatest sports movies of all time. So, with that in mind, I wanted to get ang gusto kong guest for this episode to be not only one of the most athletic people I know, Max, but also one of the most knowledgeable when it comes to sports and cinema. Yan. However, unfortunately, that person can't be here today, but luckily, I was able to invite my main bro, Mikey del Rosario, to fill in and lay down some knowledge. Hey, what's up, Mikey?
You piece of shit. Hayop ka.
sayang. Sayang yung intro, no?
Flex pa sana ako dun eh.
Natuwa ka ba dun sa athletic?
Oo eh. Pero parang nagduda na ako nung sinabi mong the most athletic eh.
parang may trap, parang trap to eh.
Oo eh. It's a trap, bitch.
Pero I meant it pagdating dun sa knowledge.
Pero mas gusto ko yung athletic.
I cannot tell a lie. De, pero for those who don't know, Mikey, he was an athlete nung college days niya sa Ateneo. Tama, di ba?
Tama.
Diba? Ano ba sport mo nun? Table tennis ba?
Halos lahat ng racket sports.
Pero you were a tennis player. Tennis player.
Right, tennis player, badminton player.
Varsity ka rin ba? Badminton?
Varsity din.
Talaga?
Lahat. Yung tatlong yun.
I did not know that. Akala ko tennis lang.
Hindi, tapos sa grade school, baseball naman. Varsity din.
Wow, talaga?
Yeah, man. You seem surprised.
Yeah.
About
Because
my
I've seen you run.
I didn't age too well.
Pero bata ka pa nun when I saw you run. What happened?
Black and white pa yung mga tao.
But anyway, itong si Mikey is one of the most fanatic na Chicago Bulls fans na kilala ko eh. Bago tayo mag-proceed sa main topic natin, which is yung forte mo nga, which is sports and cinema. Gusto ko munang malaman ang mga thoughts mo when ngayong finally we were able to get a pick higher than 7th sa draft. Are you happy?
Wonderful news. I think the Bulls next year, of course, excluding this year, no? But next year are poised. I'm calling it now, bro. Playoff run yan. For sure.
Akala ko din last year, hindi sabi ko baka mag-playoff sa Bulls this year.
2 years ago, sinabi ko din yan.
Wala namang masama diba? Wala namang masama mag-predict. No one's gonna call you out naman for predicting wrong stuff, diba?
Well, I think medyo na bad luck lang tayo ng konti dun sa mga bad string of coaches.
Yeah.
The past few years with Jim Boylan and that other white guy. Sino nga ba yun? Yung
Tom Thibodeau?
No, not Thibodeau. The one after him.
Meron ba? Sino nga ba yan? Kalimutan ko na.
See? He's so fucking unmemorable. Diba? So
but anyway,
yeah. It's just, they have nothing. Unlike
Fred Hoiberg.
When Thibodeau was coach.
Fred Hoiberg.
You knew.
Tama ba? Fred Hoiberg.
Ayun, Hoiberg. That's right.
Yeah. Pero actually, ako gusto ko si Hoiberg. Hindi lang siya bagay dun sa materials he had then.
Sino ba yung mga players niya? Sila
Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose, nandun pa sila noon, diba?
Andun pa nga si Derrick Rose noon. Sila Joakim.
Kasi he had success in college.
But college is a completely different.
Yeah, I know. Pero yun nga, so mali yung tools at his disposal nung time na yon, kaya medyo hindi parang I don't wanna call it parang a fish out of water kasi basketball naman yan. Basketball is basketball. Pero parang yung tools niya mali for him, for his coaching style and his demeanor. Diba? So,
I think what you mean is iba yung skill set na meron siya.
Yeah. Saka yung mga niya, yung demeanor niya. He's very laid back. Kaya nga nami-misconstrue. Di ba si Jimmy Butler, parang kinall out yung coaching staff daw dahil parang masyadong laid back and what have you na
walang hunger,
parang ganun, parang
walang killer
parang kulang
instinct.
daw sa fire, kulang sa tulak sa mga players.
Right.
Ayan. So, ano lang, malas lang. Pero ako I'm very optimistic with the hiring of Arturas Karnišovas for sa front office. Kaya alam mo ba siya?
I see. I've heard of him being mentioned in a couple of podcasts, mga Chicago Bulls podcasts, though.
Yeah.
And he's doing big. He's getting big steps
Saka,
out there, especially with the firing of Boylan. So that's always a step in the right direction already. And then, of course, with your number 4 pick now, so who knows? The sky's the limit with your young roster
Yeah.
of Zach LaVine and Lowry Markkanen if they stay healthy.
Yeah.
And then you have your Kobe Whites and your Valentines. So parang explosive naman.
Saka yung big man nila, si Daniel Gafford ba? Gifford? I forget.
Kala ko si ano.
May ano ako, mataas yung potential. Mataas yung potential. si Cristiano Felicio. Si Gifford. Gifford ba Gafford? I forget kung ano yung last name talaga.
I forget.
Pero si Arturas Karnišovas, he's probably one of the best European players to never make it to the NBA.
Right.
Kaya in terms of yung siguro scouting for European talent and yung drive siguro to having come close to the NBA and not make it. Siguro yan. I have high hopes for this yung management ng Bulls for the coming years because of
So
him.
you think ang hahanapin nila, they're looking for the next Luka, European sensation?
Well, last year nga I was hoping, I was wishing na mag-trade up ang Bulls to get Luka because I was 100% sure that he'd make a splash in the NBA na mako-convert niya yung ano ba term doon? Yung ginagawa niya sa Europe, madadala niya sa NBA because he was playing against grown men. Unlike yung iba, prospect pa lang, diba? Unlike the other players, unlike the other European prospects, they were being drafted based on potential. Unlike Luka, he was the he was the MVP of the second best league in the world. So, kaya I knew. I was 100% sure that he'd make that transition to the NBA. Kaya lang wala. Sayang.
Well, on that note, if you're talking about being tried and tested against men, can you say the same thing about LaMelo Ball, who has played in a men's league in Australia?
Well, he didn't dominate Australia, for that matter. Hindi siya, unlike Luka, he was the MVP and the Finals MVP ng mga nilaroan yung European leagues. Melo was
kasi among all of those.
Yeah. Si Melo was a good player. He didn't dominate the league. Diba?
Right. Tama. Well, hopefully, with the number 4 pick, I would still hope that the Bulls would get LaMelo, even though I hate him and his family,
his
and
father,
everything they stand for. Pero you can't dispute talent, and maybe this guy has it.
He feels a good need for the team, for the Bulls.
Tama. Yeah. Saka he brings the swagger, which the Bulls desperately need. Marketable.
Yeah.
Let's bring back the glory days of the Bulls.
Yes. Kaya ang tagal na natin naghihintay, mga 25 years, 24 years na rin. Ay, hindi, 20. Kailan ba yung last championship?
96.
98.
98.
So, mga 22 years na. Ito. Diba? So,
akala ko nga si Kirk Heinrich na yung the next coming. Pero hindi pala.
Are you crazy? Sobrang tiwala mo naman sa skills ni Kirk Heinrich.
Captain Kirk!
Anyway, the future looks bright naman.
Very much so. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Let's hope for the best. Anyway, so yon. Before tayo mag-proceed, batiin muna natin sina Boss Bong. Jepoy, kamusta? Long time no hear. Pinsan ko, si Mark. Si Gerald. Hello boys, miss ka raw niya. Mikey, miss na raw niya tayo. Si Gerald.
Hello.
Gerald
sa
Tang.
kapitbahay ko dyan sa tapat. Hello, babayaran ko mamaya yung utang ko.
Si Buds, nagtanong, pwede ba bang bumati? Oy,
pwede magpate.
Belated happy birthday nga pala kay Buds Manansan. Okay? Saka dun sa kanyang may bahay na yung pinaka-jackpot na taong kilala ko sa buong mundo.
Yung naka-helmet pa rin hanggang ngayon.
Hanggang ngayon, suot pa rin niya yung helmet. Si Randall, hello. Si Ogie. Kunin nyo sila Melo Bulls daw, sabi ni Ogong.
Ay, nako.
Ay, nako, sino ba tong taong to? Lakers fan ka eh. Dapat pag Lakers ka, wala kang say sa Bulls. O si
Pwede
ano,
bang ano?
sa
Pwede
si,
bang i-block yung mga Lakers fans dito?
oh, nga, block natin si Ogong. Saka si Horny, Jan Aliling. O nga pala, for those watching, support din natin yung ano, yung show ni Jan. Ano nga ba yung title ng show niya? Pinalo ko yun Jan eh. Okay, shinare ko pa yun ha. Comment mo na lang later, promote din natin yung ano mo, yung ano, it's about ano eh, yung mga legal stuff eh. Syempre alam mo naman yung kaibigan natin eh. One of the upcoming brilliant minds sa Philippine ano eh.
Hindi lang upcoming pare, the brilliant mind.
Ngayon ano. Kumbaga yung mga young guns sa Philippine legal profession ngayon eh. Si attorney Jan Aliling. Wala pa Jan. Anyway, so proceed tayo kung bakit para ano tayo. Ayun nga pala, shout out kay Oli. Birthday niya kahapon. Okay, sabi ni Randall. So yan, okay. Happy birthday, Boss Oli. So yun, ano na tayo? Ayun, in a nutshell daw, sabi ni Jan. In a nutshell. Yun yung pangalan nung podcast niya.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
I like it. Very catchy.
Okay. So yan. Si Ogie daw, L for L. Lakers for life. Lipat ka na, Ogie. Tatalunin ng ano yan. Sino ba yung kalaban nila sa second round? They won earlier eh. They won against the Blazers. So, kinlose out na nila yung series eh.
Sino nga ba?
Kung sino man yun, yari kayo, Ogie.
Kahit sino.
Kahit sino yun, yari kayo. Anyways, so yun, balik na tayo sa ano. So in-invite ko si Mikey because I want to get his expert opinion. Because Mikey's ano nga ba, kita niyo, basahin niyo yung nakasulat, award-winning film, TV, and commercial director. So this guy knows his stuff. Tama ba?
Self-proclaimed award-winning.
Self-proclaimed. At saka yung mga heartwarming Jollibee commercials na ano niyan. Okay, siya yung nag-direct ng mga commercials na yon. So yun. So I want to get his take. So being a sportsman, being a sports fan, being a former athlete. Okay? So part ng buhay din natin nun is watching sports movies, diba? So I want
especially now,
especially
na medyo pandemya ng konti, hindi tayo makapag-sports.
Yeah.
I live vicariously through the movies that I watch. And a lot of those are sports movies kasi syempre heartwarming siya and all of those things.
And it gives us hope.
Of course.
So yeah, so I want to get his take. Pero before that, may binigay sa akin kasi si Mikey na criteria for his top 10 ika nga na movies, kung ano yung basis niya. So Mikey, talk us through this. Kung ano yung criteria mo.
Yeah.
Kaya mo babasahin?
So I have some criteria on what makes a great sports movie. No? So ito yung mga kailangan ma-achieve, ma-tick off yung mga boxes when it comes to sports movies, no? So number 1, it has to be a great underdog story. Diba? Dapat from the start, dapat may adversity kagad na they have to fulfill and they have to overcome either against themselves or another opponent.
Yeah.
Diba? So dapat medyo olat sila sa una.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going to set the stage for the redemption in the end.
Yeah.
So madaming mga olats na underdog stories like the Little Giants and the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
All of those things, which is also why I feel that football movie Any Given Sunday, hindi ko siya masyadong natripan kasi parang hindi sila underdog from the start. Medyo magaling na sila.
Yeah. Actually, ako rin wala sa top 10 ko yun eh. Kasi it's a good movie, pero parang may kulang eh. And tama ka nga, maybe it's because of that. Diba?
It's hard to root for them, diba? It's hard to root for them kasi parang they were already kind of a good team. Tapos parang sumikat lang sila. So medyo hindi ko siya masyadong natripan.
So yan. Ano pa yung ano mo?
Number 2, there has to be a quality villain.
A great villain or antagonist na tinatawag natin.
Antagonist, diba? Yung tipong with everything. It could be another team. It could be the team to beat, the number one team na kailangan nilang talunin to get to get across that hurdle, or it could even be themselves na kailangan nilang to find something in themselves, na talunin nila yung demons inside themselves. Sila yung villain mismo. The sport scenes and the actors have to be believable.
True, yeah.
Diba? Which is why you always find na these mga directors and producers, sometimes they cast athletes na.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi mas mahirap turuan. Let's say, kailangan mo pang turuan yung mga actors mo how to correctly dribble the ball or yung correct form. I mean, of course, some people pull it off, but I need to see that. I need to suspend my belief, my disbelief na hindi to si Ben Affleck or hindi to si kung sino man yan. I need to believe na siya talaga yung actor that's playing that sport.
Yeah.
Yun. So yun, number four. Kailangan merong malupit na training montage.
Siyempre.
I love that word.
Nothing pumps you up, no? Then a good training montage, ala Rocky, yung mga ganong movies.
Di ba? Kailangan. Every good sports movie has that. That's the moment when they believe in themselves. That's the moment where parang the audience feels that they're going to get somewhere already. Tapos, kailangan maganda pa yung soundtrack niyan, di ba? Na medyo it really pumps you up.
Kumbaga yun yung papuntang climax, no? Papunta pa lang ng climax yun, di ba?
I love climax.
Sabi ni Ogie, kwak, kwak, kwak daw. Kwak, kwak, kwak.
Okay, okay. So, any good sports film will have a final pivotal moment. That one big throw of a quarterback towards a running receiver, diba? In super slow-mo. Or even yung
a hitter hitting the baseball do sa lights, tapos slow-mo.
Diba? Na hindi mo alam kung mag-home run or hindi. Yun, that kailangan slow-mo. Yung tumatakbo to steal a base, pero hindi mo alam kung aabutan niya. It's one of those things na parang you hold your breath. The audience collectively holds their breath to see what's going to happen. But of course, we all know what's going to happen because a good sports film will always have a happy ending. Yan, favorite din ni Ogie yan, yung mga happy
ending. Yes. Kaya lang walang pambayad dyan. Anyway.
Ayoko lang. Change topic.
Wag na si Ogie. Okay. So, yun na ba yun? Last mo, happy ending.
Yun, right.
Ako, agree ako sa lahat ng criteria mo. Pero ako gusto ko sanang dagdagan ng isa.
Go for it.
Just one lang. A good motivational speech scene.
Yun, oo nga.
Kailangan.
Independence Day, no?
Oo, kailangan yun Diba? Ano pa ba? Yung, kunyari sa Remember the Titans. At yun, yung Any Given Sunday, one of the best motivational na speech scenes in cinema. Ano pa ba yung magaganda? Basta marami. Halos every good movie has that scene for me.
Yung mga believe in yourself speech.
Yung mga life is a game.
Coach talaga.
The inches we need. Diba? The inches we need are all around us. It's in every break of the game.
You're last.
Ba naman yun? So, alright. So now that we have that out of the way, yung Direk Mikey's criteria sponsored by ano ba to? Chef Mikey's Kitchen and Chisig Manila. May sponsor pa tayo.
Ayos, ako mismo nag-sponsor, ha?
Nga pala, yun yung racket ni Mikey. Kailan ba nag-start niyan? May tagal na rin since quarantine period.
Nagsimula yung pandemya, pare.
And you're doing good, na? Kaya
that's just channeling my efforts into something productive. Everyone should do the same.
So supportahan natin yung project ni Mikey.
Bumili na kayo please ng paella ko.
Yung paella ni Mikey, although hindi ko pa natitikman, it looks heavenly. Saka
It tastes heavenly too.
yung chisig mo
It's
mukhang decadent.
Oo, pare. It's like an orgasm in your mouth.
You would know, pare. I'll take your word for that. Okay. So moving on. Okay, nandito na tayo tapos na tayo sa criteria. So let's get on with the top 10. Mikey's top 10. Okay, first,
10, 10,
number
10, 10, 10.
number 10 ni Mikey on the list. Okay? Yan.
Ooh! Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Yan. Tell us about this movie kung bakit mo siya nagustuhan.
Okay, well, okay. To ano muna? To explain my picks. Okay, kasi baka sabihin ng mga tao, napaka-olats namang tao ni Mikey, yung mga pinipili niya, napaka-labo. It's one of those things na parang, di ba, as you know, I'm a chef also and I cook a lot of mga 5-star meals. Pero actually, yung mga niluluto ko, hindi ko naman actually gustong kainin araw-araw. Ang mga type kong kainin araw-araw is yung mga hotdog, chicken nuggets, Jollibee, McDo. Yung mga ganyan, mga comfort foods that fulfill my every nook and cranny, so to speak. No? so yung mga pinipili kong movies, ganun din. Hindi sila yung sobrang critically acclaimed, award-winning, but something that I really just enjoy watching as a person when I'm lying down. The rewatchability of it, and
Yes.
that explains a lot of my picks when it comes to my top 10, which also explains my number 10 pick. It's not really the most critically acclaimed film. It's actually a piece of shit to some people, no? Pero I really, really like it. It's very funny. It's well acted. And it gives us a glimpse into the world of NASCAR na hindi masyadong alam ng mga noips.
Actually, hindi siya nag-click dito eh. Napanood ko lang siya sa video na eh. Hindi ko
Yun na nga, ako din eh. I don't even think it was shown in cinemas. I think it was shown in Rockwell for 1 week, pero that was it.
Nakita ko siya sa Mega Mall. Kaya lang yung title kasi, di ba? Parang akala mo drama pag nadaanan mo eh.
The Ballad.
The Ballad of Someone, di ba? Parang ganon.
But it's ang galing eh. I mean, really, it's one of those stories na gusto mong balik-balikan. It's really funny. Sacha Baron Cohen was a great antagonist. Diba?
Ano pangalan niya doon? Si Jean-Pierre, ano ba? Tapos yung husband niya rin si Andy Richter.
Andy Richter. yung German Shepherd trainer.
Ang dami yung quotable quotes dun sa movie. Ang dami niyang quotes, 'di ba? Like yung shake and bake, 'di ba? Shake and bake.
Right.
You ain't first, you're last, 'di ba?
Which is you made me spill my macchiato.
Yung mga ganun. Ang dami niyang scenes na ganun, yung maliliit eh. Ano ba yan?
Which is why it's another one of those things, diba? It's a movie that you quote all the time.
Yeah.
Which makes it a great movie for me.
Shake and bake, it doesn't make sense.
What does that even mean, shake and bake?
I won't break your arm if you say I love crepe.
What is the crepe? It's like a crepe Suzette.
Tapos the room spinning. It's because of the gayness. Mas ang dami niya. It's a very, very entertaining film. Hindi siya classical na masterpiece na yung technical siya na movie. Pero kung ano siya, entertainment value, sobrang taas niya. It's probably one of the top dito sa list mo. Sa entertainment lang.
It's
diba?
one of those things nga na parang I really would like to watch over and over and over again. Just for rewatchability purposes. It's in my list.
Actually, sige. Sorry.
And it's also, I tried to make my list na medyo may variety ng konti na hindi lahat football or hindi lahat basketball, diba?
Yeah.
Let's spice it up with a little bit of NASCAR.
Yeah. Yun pati yung sinabi mong word, yung rewatchability. Gusto ko rin idagdag sana ron sa criteria yun eh. On what makes a great sports movie. Yung rewatchability niya. Diba? If you can watch it over and over, like ako, Major League, yung mga movies na yan, yung mga, ano pa ba yung mga paulit-ulit kong pinanood. The Replacements,
Right.
alam mo, sobrang dami ko siyang pinanood. Kasi yun nga eh, it's easy to watch. Very, very rewatchable. Oh. Pero although yung humor niya, hindi siya pang Pinoy. Hindi siya pang
Well,
Pinoy.
maybe not. Oo, maybe not. Iba nga. Very sarcastic sometimes.
Oo, hindi makukuha yan. Parang yung Wayne's World, hindi kuha ng ano ng Pinoy yan, yung mga ganyang klaseng humor.
Tama. You're right.
Yeah. Ayun. So proceed na tayo sa next mo. Pero before that, batiin muna natin si Bossing Charles. It was his birthday yesterday, so he's watching right now. Happy birthday, Bossing. Naalala mo ba si Charles?
Happy birthday, Charles. Oo naman, pare.
Si ano yan, doktor na yan. Nasa frontliner natin. So,
Actually, siya yung gumamot ng tuhod ko eh.
ba't ano naman nangyari sa tuhod mo? May tubig?
Hindi, medyo overweight ako na konti kasi. Pero hindi na ngayon. Payat na ako. I'm sexy now, guys.
Pero ano, Mikey, you did a good job. You lost a lot of weight. Sinusubaybayan ko yung ano mo eh. Yung weight loss mo eh. Good job.
Drugs lang yan, pare.
Good job. Akala ko tinatali ka lang ni Husta pag gusto mo kumain.
Shabu, it's great, guys. Kids, try it.
Moving on. Moving on to the number 9 movie on Mikey's list. Okay, ito, nasa list ko rin to.
Major League.
Yan.
Pero bakit tatlo yung dyan? Yung una lang yung gusto ko.
Itatanong ko nga sa'yo eh. Kasi ako rin, for me, tama ka. Tatlo kasi yung Major League. Trilogy yan, diba? For me, yung first was the best. Yung second, yeah, you wanted to know what happened to yung characters. Yung third, medyo parang reaching na hindi
Pinilit na eh, no?
Hindi na nakakatawa. So, I just put the 3 posters there para to let you decide. I want to hear from you eh. Okay, so yun.
Well, okay. So again, as with my criteria, it has to be an underdog story. And this is a classic ragtag group of misfits that were put together to form a team that you don't think will succeed. Diba? And that's what makes this story so great. You wanted to see Vince Vaughn throw his patented fastball.
Vince Vaughn.
Diba? Sorry, not Vince Vaughn. Si
Martin Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Tuloy ako naman. Charlie Sheen.
Vaughn, di ba? Vaughn yung last name niya doon.
Ricky Vaughn.
Si
Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn. Yeah.
Di ba? Ang astig paglabas niya, di ba? Tapos nagsuot siya ng shades. Tapos, kasi duling siya. Pero,
hindi siya duling. Malabo lang mata niya.
Malabo lang yung mata niya.
Politically, mo naman, incorrect. Alam mo ba, nung bata ako, nagpaganon ako ng buhok before. So, sobrang big niya dati. Sobrang favorite ko yung movie na yan. Ganun yung buhok ko nung, ako nun, first year college. Meron akong,
mohawk?
Meron akong lightning bolt dito sa side nung, ko.
So, in short, ginaya lang siya ni Zion?
Ginaya lang siya. Pero ako ganun kasi, maniwala kayo sa hindi, makapal ang buhok ko nung bata ako. Tapos yung side ko, pinalagyan ko ng lightning na gano'n. Yung parang sa buhok niya. Yan, syempre, nagalit parents ko. Pero wala naman silang magagawa.
Wala pa naman pictures doon kasi hindi pa ina-imbento yung camera.
Okay, and that brings us to the end of the show.
Pero hindi, okay. Listen, it's the reason why I chose the first one is because it was a classic underdog story. The second one kasi sikat na sila, di ba? And it was just coming to grips with how having to deal with popularity.
Yeah. Hindi, yun sa themselves. Diba? Yung nagkaroon na sila na ego.
Yun na nga diba? So, hindi ko na masyadong trips.
Yung first kasi, ang dami. They were up against yung concept, yung ano ba tawag sa kanito, yung manager nila wanted them to lose. Yung owner pala, diba? Si Rachel, pangalan ng manager nila. Rachel Phillips ba? Yung showgirl wife nung namatay na owner. Right. Diba? Tapos sila themselves. Yung isa, si Tom Berenger was a washed out former all-star. Alam mo yun, the deck was stacked against them eh. Plus the fact, yung Cleveland curse na tinatawag nila. Diba? So,
tapos, again, if you're a sports fan, you know that the ultimate bad guys in Major League Baseball are the New York Yankees. So sila talaga yung kailangan talunin.
Mm.
Lahat ng mga baseball films, si Yankees palagi yung kaaway.
Yeah. The damn Yankees.
They're too good.
Doon sa second naman, ang kalaban na lang nila doon was like yung sarili. Most of their battles there were against themselves. Like si Tom Berenger coming to grips with the fact na he should retire na, make way for the younger, yung si Rube Baker. Diba?
Yung kupal, yung mayabang na catcher.
Hindi, yung bata.
Oo nga, yun na nga.
Hey Rick, I made the rooster. Yung ganun, meron siyang ganung line doon, diba? Tapos yung binabasa niya yung mga Playboy, yung catalogs. So he can, to distract him from yung difficulty of throwing the ball from home to second base, diba?
Yung niya, yung prodigy niya.
Tapos si Corbin Burnson, diba, general manager na siya noon.
Right.
Diba? So ang daming
maganda din pala yung second.
Yeah, pero mas okay yung first. Sa second was a tad below yung first.
Right.
Ayan. Yung third, wala na.
Pinilit na lang.
Parang isinama na lang yung mga dating actors doon para may connection do sa first two movies
Diba? Parang yung mga Twilight films, diba? Ganun din. Mga Pitch Perfect. Yung Pitch Perfect 3, hindi naging maganda.
Yung 3 actually, hindi ko na pinanood. Parang nasawa na ako. Yung 2 lang, parang...
I'm surprised pinanood mo yung 1 and 2.
So that's Mikey's take on Major League. Okay, yung next, something close to my heart then, one of my favorite films. Okay? Yan.
Yeah, The Little Giants. I love this movie. This is one of those movies, again, that is super rewatchable, has a lot of quotable quotes, and again, it's a ragtag group of misfits, but this time on a pee-wee football level.
Yeah.
Tapos iba-ibang layers pa yan ng adversity.
Yes.
The players and the coaches. Diba? The coach, si Rick Moranis, wanted to medyo cerebral coach. Hindi siya yung parang all bronze na coach, which is his brother. And then, of course, the kids who are all characters amongst
misfits.
themselves. No?
Mga misfits, di ba?
Diba? Si Icebox. So hot. Super hot.
Saka yung quarterback nila, si Devon Sawa.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Si Devon Sawa. Oh man, I got a crush on that guy back in the day.
Okay.
Did I say that out loud?
Nagkaroon tayo ng admission dito on air.
Devon Sawa, so hot, guys. Come on. You have to admit it.
Pero bata siya doon.
That's what makes him hot.
Pero dyan malamang nagsimula yung crush mo sa kanya.
Yung buhok niya na paganto.
You're probably the same age nung lumabas yung movie na yan, no?
Ayoko na pag-usapan yan.
Siya si Husta ngayon. Hindi ko siya.
Sa taas. Nanonood din yata.
Baka nagkikringe yun. Ayan.
Si Devon Sawa ba yung nasa Casper?
Yeah, siya yun. Nakakatawa scene dyan yung intimidation, yung payat na payat. Actually, nag-sale siya recently. Siguro mga couple of weeks ago sa Apple TV. So, binili namin. Nag-sale siya ng $199. So, syempre. Wala akong makita niyan dati na kahit yung mga pirated, mga few years ago, nung nag-ano pa ako. So, grab mo yung opportunity para at least, you can relive your childhood.
Right. Say no to piracy, kids. We don't condone piracy here.
So, matured na tayo. Matured na tayo. Hindi na tayo nagpo-promote ng piracy. At saka, it's cheap na eh. Diba? For the price of a cheap DVD dati, you can get yung mga Blu-ray copies na rin. So,
right.
Tapos, yung repercussions nun sa industry.
Tama. Ano nga ba yung line ni Direk Ramsey doon? Piracy. It's a crime.
It's a crime.
Feel ngayon na sinabi ko medyo kalbo ako ngayon. So, I am feeling that Derek vibe.
Derek Clumsy.
Derek Paulate.
Ang dami nagko-comment. Ano ba to? Yung dinuguan ni Mikey del Rosario. Sabi ni Jan. Tapos si Ogie naman. Line to sa sa Talladega Nights. We created the missionary position, 'di ba? Yung sa
You're welcome.
yung nagpapayabangan sila, 'di ba? We invented democracy, yung gano'n. Okay, si Charles, thank you daw. Si Ayan, Mighty Ducks. Okay, ganito gawin nyo guys. Imbis na pa isa-isa, i-post nyo rin yung top 10 nyo. Tapos compare natin later pag at the end of the show. Iyan na natin. I-compare natin yung top 10 nyo sa top 10 namin. Okay, so if you have any, may kayo, favorite movies kayo, yun. Collate nyo, tapos i-list nyo. I-send nyo sa chat box. Okay? So, moving on to the next movie. Okay, ito medyo classic. Sa iba ito yung number 1 nila eh. Kung magbasa ka online.
Actually, malapit na. From now until number 1, medyo blurred na yung lines ko for
So i-unveil na natin yung number 7 movie ni Mikey. Okay, yeah.
Rudy. I love this film.
Rudy.
Rudy the Rabbit.
Si Daniel.
Pero this is
Rudebaker.
a fucking great movie, dude.
And it's based on real life eh. Yun ang maganda sa kanya. It's based on
what?
It's based on real life.
Oh, yeah. No, tama. It's the ultimate underdog story. Diba?
Although may mga iniba lang sila ng konti, pero still doesn't take away from the inspiration na nakukuha mo from the movie. Yan.
Galing eh, di ba? Kasi parang, it really goes to show na and although hindi naman talaga siya sobrang happy ending kasi parang the main point of the film, the climax was he was put in for one play.
3 plays actually. 3 plays.
3 plays, tama. A few seconds.
Culminating in that quarterback sack. Pero yun, totoo yun. Totoo yun.
Totoo nga yun. I saw a lot of films of that.
That was his only stat for that year.
Or ever.
Yun lang. Kasi last year na niya yun eh.
Diba? Tapos I like the way na he was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Which is parang tiniming talaga niya dun sa coach na that coach is like, he's the only guy that really allows walk-ons. Tapos parang he got it just goes to show na with a lot of heart, which is my motto in life, no? All heart, no skill.
Hindi naman. May skill naman. Pero yung about that fact, yung previous coach, di ba, dalawa yung coach dun eh. Yung isa umalis, yung previous coach encourages walk-ons.
Tapos yung pumalit, ayaw.
Dating pro coach, si Dan Devine.
Oo, tama.
Pero, I read something about it, an article about it. Nung time na yon, si Dan Devine was the one encouraging Rudy to go back to the team. Sa movie, 'di ba, parang siya yung antagonist. Siya yung he wouldn't give Rudy the chance to dress, kaya nagpetition yung mga teammates niya, yung binabani yung mga jersey sa harap ng table niya.
Nag-protest sila na they won't play unless Rudy plays.
Yun, that never happened daw. Actually, yung si Dan Devine pa yung nag-i-encourage kay Rudy na bumalik. Tapos yung character doon, no, yung parang yung groundskeeper, fictional yun eh. Hindi totoo yung character na yun. So, yeah.
Yung Forrest Whitaker of the day.
He was a combination of 3 characters do sa buhay ni Rudy. Yung team captain, yung isang friend niya from the team, and yung coach, si Dan Devine. Pinagsama do sa character na yun. Tapos ginawa lang nilang antagonist yung coach for cinematic purposes.
Parang nag-research talaga tong si F.
Yeah. Oo, ganun ako pag may gusto akong movie, I read about it eh. Para mas maintindihan.
Pinapanood ko pa lang, wini-Wikipedia ko na eh.
Did you know he was charged for securities fraud, si Rudy?
Are you serious?
Sorry to burst your childhood memories, pero na naman. I think he came out of it okay naman. Parang siya motivational speaker yata siya until now.
Well, it's a motivational story.
Yeah.
Pero, it also shows the longevity and the acting chops of Sean Astin.
Galing niya sa ganyang roles, no? Yung mga...
It's awesome.
Yeah. Annoying na persistent.
Favorite role ko sa kanya yung naka-net lang siya palagi sa 51st Streets.
Ako rin, yun din sasabihin ko. Yung palagi nag-workout.
Yung pinapagalaw lang niya yung pecs niya.
Bagay ka doon sa role na yun.
Kaya ko naman pagalawin yung pecs ko, ah.
Pero alam mo yun, si Rudy, an award was named after him in college football and high school football. The Rudy Award. Hinahanap nila yung ganong klaseng player, yung katulad niya. Yung all heart, yung mga ganong klaseng
No
player.
skill.
No skill.
No skill, all heart.
Nagkaroon ng ganong award sa research mo yun, nakakatuwa. Diba?
Pero dapat naman talaga, I think there's a special place in sports for people like that. It gives people hope.
And there is a place in sports for people like that.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Swerte mo lang kung matapat ka dun sa coach who puts a premium sa mga ganong klaseng players.
Nagpapagilig na yung players, si Coach F, o kailangan niya ng heart.
So yung Rudy, very, very serious yun. Very inspired. Actually, munti ka akong maiyak dun eh. Nung pinanood namin recently ni Hershon, nagpabili kami Blu-ray no, naka-sale. $6 lang, no? Yung pinabili namin sa States.
Sa HBO ko lang siya napanood.
Nung pinanood namin uli, alam mo yung muntik talagang tumulo yung luha ko when he ran out onto the field sa last 3 possessions. Parang...
Hindi, yung pinaka-okay sa akin na part, yung babalik na siya, di ba? One play lang, tapos babalik na siya dun sa sidelines. Tapos yung coach sila, parang keep on, stay on the field, stay on the field.
I don't know what to do. Di ba yung gano'n? Parang ano pa siya. No?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
si Ricky Bobby. So, yun. So, that's Rudy for you. Nagtagal tayo doon. So, punta na tayo sa number 6 sa list ni Mikey. Ito.
From something super serious
to
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Super absurd. It rivals Taladay. Ito talagang tropan to eh, no? Yung sina Ben Stiller, sina Will Ferrell. Yung ano nila eh, yung silliness, ibang level eh, no?
Ang galing eh. I really, really like it. And again, it's not a traditional sport, much like the Talladega Nights, no? So dodgeball is one of those things that you play just in college, high school gyms. Pero the fact that they were able to create a fictional competition on ESPN 8, The Ocho.
The Ocho.
Ang galing eh, di ba? So parang, and even like, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's part of the formula of having a great sports movie, which is a band of misfits who are put together to overcome a certain goal. In this case, earn $50,000 to be able to keep
gym open.
Peter LaFleur's gym open.
And nothing screams underdog than yung name, Average Joes, diba?
The Average Joes.
The Average Joes, ang ganda nun.
Diba? Tapos yung kalaban nila, the Purple Cobras.
The Globo Gym. Yung pangalan pa lang ang ganda eh, no? Globo Gym. Purple Cobras. Speaking of dodgeball, nanonood sa atin ngayon yung isa sa pinakamalulupit na dodgeball players na nakita ko, si Toto Lasange. Player namin sa Meralco to. Alam mo yung scene dun sa dodgeball? Yung you gotta get angry. Yung ganon. Yung inubos niya. Yung siya na lang yung natira dun sa team. Tapos inubos niya yung ginawa ni Toto to when he was playing for Meralco. Mo anong kalaban nila nun? Parang ano yata. Parang Pasig ng MVP Olympics. Siya na lang yung natira. I kid you not. Puta, nag-wild siya. As in, he got angry, ubos.
Beast mode.
May tinamaan pa nga yata siyang babae sa mukha nun eh. Kasi mixed eh. Tinamaan siya sa mukha.
Wala nang ano. Puta, wala nang pakialam.
Malupit na si Toto eh. Shoutout kay Boss Toto. Ayan. Nanonood siya sa atin ngayon. Dati rin eh, yung kids, itong mga, di ba, you guys weren't playing na Ultimate masyado. Ang halos nag-attend na lang ng practices yung Cavite kids natin. Ito sina Charles. Bumili ako ng 2 dodgeball. Tapos yun yung cool down namin. We'd play dodgeball to cool down after practice. Siyempre, itong mga bata, inaasinta si Manay sa mukha. Pero
Because it's the biggest part of her body.
pero malambot lang naman yung dodgeball, kaya hindi siya ganun kasakit. Pero it's a fun sport to play. Nakakatuwa
Diba?
siya.
And then the fact that Ben Stiller also is the ultimate bad guy.
Ang galing niya.
With the mustache and everything. Tas medyo batak si Ben Stiller dito, no?
Batak naman siya talaga eh. Diba?
Pero actually, in real life, kupal din siya.
I wouldn't know.
So
Hindi
I
kami
hear,
close.
so I hear.
Talaga. Pero batak siya. Kahit yung mga ibang movies niya, diba yung Tropic Thunder, batak siya dun eh.
Oo nga. Kasi batak nga din siya doon.
Ano lang, hindi lang part ng ano niya yun. Hindi lang part ng shtick niya yung physique. Pero kung kailangan, 'di ba? Ano rin siya.
Right.
Ang galing din ng mga lines dito eh, 'di ba? Yung interaction nila ni Peter LaFleur, yung sa bar.
Wow, ini-impress niya yung girl.
Oh,
hey there. I was just reading the
I
dictionary.
didn't know you were coming. Is that a dictionary? It's a picture of me taking the bull by the horns. It's a metaphor. But that really but that really happened. Sabi niya. Tapos yung may ano pa yung ano niya. Yung ina-electric shock treatment niya yung sarili niya.
Puta, ginawa ko yung pare.
Seryoso?
During my weight loss days. Hindi naman electric shock, di ba? Pero parang may nakalagay dyan na donut na talagang gusto ko nang kainin, no? But I was just really trying to prevent myself.
Tapos, anong ginagawa mo? Nandun lang sa harapan mo.
Meron akong rope, tapos nakatali siya to a certain part of my body na it's not disclosed.
It must be a very small rope.
Ooh, burn, bitch!
Touché! Di ba yung scene na yun doon sa bar? I know, that's what I told you.
Right. That's what I said.
Touché. Speaking of, touché. si Choi Ganaban is watching. Pa-shoutout naman dyan. Shoutout kay Choi. Ito, pwede rin
gumawa. Kala ko Q-Shay.
Pwede rin gumawa ng sports movie to si Choi. Daming kalokohan din ito eh. Si Ogie Hasselhoff. Yung Hasselhoff eh. Yung sa dodgeball.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
Yung coach nila si David Hasselhoff yung German team.
So it also features one of the greatest cameos of all time, which is Chuck Norris.
Thank you, Chuck Norris. Sa si Lance Armstrong, hindi pa siya super villain nun.
Hindi pa siya banned for testosterone use.
Oo nga eh. Meron pa isa eh. Si nandun, si Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. Kaya alam mo ba siya? Hindi.
Booger.
Did you watch yung Revenge of the Nerds? Basta he's a major character dun eh. Siya yung dun sa regionals, siya yung announcer. Siya yung host. Nung tinalo sila.
Bata pa kasi ako nung Revenge of the Nerds eh. Ano
yeah, probably.
Parang, ewan ko, you might be able to tell me more, F.
Okay, proceed na tayo sa number 5. Number 5 on the list. Boom!
Oh!
Tatlo yan. Take your pick.
Kid, bitches.
Take your pick. Ano yan?
Una lang. It's always the first for me.
Actually, yung second ako. Gusto ko yung second.
Talaga?
Crush na crush ko si Tamlin Tomita nun eh, nung bata ako eh.
Parang akin nga, parang okay din naman yung kay Hilary Swank version ng Karate Kid.
Ay, ayoko yun.
The next Karate Kid.
Ayoko. Mas gusto ko pa yung si Jackie Chan eh.
Tsaka si Jaden Smith.
Hindi, si Jackie Chan lang kung pwede lang.
But Karate Kid, man, it's a classic, a classic story of a young, Ralph DiMaggio. Is that his name?
Ralph Macchio.
Macchio.
Baseball player yung DiMaggio, pare.
Oo nga, baseball guy. So yun, it's a classic nerdy kid who wants to excel and gets trained by Mr. Miyagi himself.
Nabully siya sa school.
Oo, tama. And then this has one of the most iconic final moments with the crane.
No can defend.
Diba?
Yung pangalan. No can defend.
Sweep the leg! Sweep the leg!
Uh, yeah, one of the most iconic scenes sa sports, sa movies. Yung crane style, no? Galing nun.
Oh, pare. I mean, I practiced that move many times. I even used it in a fight once.
Anong nangyari? How did that work out for you?
Sinapang ako sa mukha.
Saka maganda dito sa movie nito, it inspired the whole new genre of movies eh. Diba? After this, yung mga No Retreat, No Surrender, ganun, same
Right.
theme. Yung binubuli, tapos naging martial artist yung bata. Diba? Ang dami yan. Tapos yung ano pa, Best of the Best. Naalala mo yun? Yung Best of the Best.
Yeah,
Eric
I do remember
Roberts.
that.
Diba? Si Philip Ree. Nung payat pa si Chris Penn.
Akala ko si Sean Penn.
Chris Penn, yeah. Yan. Okay din siya.
But,
Napanood mo ba yung
really-
yung parang sequel nito, nung Karate Kid, yung Cobra Kai? It's on YouTube.
it's on YouTube now. No, it's on Netflix now.
It's on Netflix this week lang. Available na siya sa Netflix. Pero panood namin hanggang season 2 na yung last year yung Cobra Kai. It's a different take kung ano yung nangyari dun sa nung high school sila.
Parallel universe type.
Hindi.
na
It's a
parang-
sequel. It's a sequel. Pero different take on what really happened. So parang, kung ikaw yung audience, medyo kumakampi ka kay Johnny. Na parang ang lumalabas na douchebag pala, si Ralph Macchio talaga. Parang ganun.
Actually, si Husta, pinanood yan kagabi. Kaso lang nakatulog ako.
Ito na, I can't wait for season 3 kasi babalik. Parang So,
No spoilers, no
oo
spoilers.
nga,
dude.
yeah. Yung season 3, excited ako for season 3 kasi maraming old characters na babalik eh. So,
Nice.
yung friends ni Johnny rin nakakatuwa eh. Nandun silang lahat, may edad na. It's nice to see them na yung, di ba, yung parang sequel.
It's almost like the grown-ups.
Yeah. Tapos annoying talaga si Ralph Macchio. dun sa series.
In real life.
As in, bidang-bida siya before. Pero ngayon, parang mas kampi ka pa kay Johnny.
Actually, to be perfectly honest, talagang mas kampi talaga ako kay Johnny ever since before.
But, bakit? Dahil blonde din siya? Parang si Devon Sawa.
Di ba? Parang for me, really, no retreat, parang no mercy, show no mercy. It's really a good way to take life by the horns. It's a metaphor.
Ayan. So actually lumagpas na pala tayo. We're halfway do sa list ni Mikey. Okay? Before we proceed, remind lang natin yung mga tao, if you have your own list, please share it with us naman para ma-compare namin ma-compare natin do sa list namin. Kung meron kayong reactions do sa mga list ni Mikey, list niya yan eh. Huwag kayong makialam. Kanya-kanya tayong list
my rules, bitch.
Yeah. you make your own list, 'di ba? Kasi kanya-kanya naman 'yan, yung appreciation pagdating sa movies. Ang importante naman it inspires us all. Yeah.
Right. And like I said, my taste in movies is really, really weird.
Eclectic.
I'm more of as long as I'm having fun, leave me alone.
So yan. Proceed na tayo. Okay, number 4 sa list ni Mikey is yan.
The definitive
Richwood?
di ba? Ito yung talagang tipong sobrang iconic role for Samuel L.
Si Channing Tatum nandyan.
Ulul talaga?
Di mo alam? Favorite movie mo yun, di mo alam? Nandiyan si Channing Tatum, pare.
Kasi
di pa siya sikat.
nakilala ko lang siya nung Magic Mike.
Nandiyan siya. He's one of the players. Papanoorin mo mamaya yan,
Tayo, slow-mo. Boss!
So, yeah. It's a good movie, yeah. It's a good movie. Yung Coach
No,
Carter.
it's one of the most inspirational, di ba? And I think, as a coach, I think you would have a lot of things that you can take out of this And this,
Definitely.
for me, it hits close to home kasi it's a student athlete. Diba? As much I was a student athlete before,
Yeah.
which is also a very real struggle to balance the two, being a student and being an athlete.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're a student first.
Yes. Student first, athlete second.
Oh, yeah. So talagang it's this one hit close to home with me and very inspirational. Tsaka parang pinanood ko siya all the way up to the end to see how everyone, ano, diba, yung mga futures nila.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really good.
Saka yung speech dyan, diba?
Oh, naman, pare. Ito yung criteria mo.
Ano yun? What fears us? Yung ganun. What
Yeah.
What fears us? What scares us pala? What scares us is not that we are weak ba? But that we are powerful beyond something, ganun.
YouTube natin yan, mamaya.
Yeah. Basta yung si ano, yung Hispanic na player niya.
Si Tebow.
Who's also in Old School.
What?
Siya yung nagpa-beer bong kay Frank the Tank do sa yung first party nila, yung nando si Snoop Dogg. He'll do one. Naalala mo yung scene na yun? Siya yung nagpa-beer bong sa kanya.
I love fucking Old School. Again, it's my kind of movie.
So,
but yeah, so Coach Carter, pare. I mean, really, you can't. I don't think any list would be complete without Coach Carter. It's the quintessential basketball movie. Well, hindi naman. Madami kasi basketball movies eh. I'm sure you have other basketball movies out there na wala sa list ko. But this one is really up there for me.
To tell you the truth, wala siya sa top 10 ko. Nasa top 20 ko siya, pero wala siya sa top 10 ko. And I'll tell you why later.
Oh, sige.
Ipaliwanag ko sa'yo.
Alright.
So, moving on. Okay, ito, pag wala sa list mo to, may sira ulo mo.
Naman.
Ayan.
Probably one of the greatest movies ever made.
Probably the sports movie. Ito talaga. This is what started it all, diba?
Ang galing.
In training montage, gano'n.
This is talagang, it ticks all of the boxes for me.
Yeah.
It's wonderfully written and directed by Sylvester Stallone. Na who would have known, diba?
Yeah.
That he could write and direct.
Well, apparently nung start, nobody knew. Di ba? Nung nilapit yata niya, parang ang kwento dyan eh. Nung nilapit niya yung script do sa production company, they wanted to buy it. Pero hindi siya kasama. Ang gusto niya, he wanted to direct and star in the film eh. Kasi alam niya, yun na yung ticket niya eh. So parang may ganung storya din yan eh. So hindi lang siya underdog movie, pero kung paano siya na-produce, parang magandang kwento rin eh. For the underdog eh. Kung paano, how he stuck to his guns para for him to be able to make the movie his way. Tapos siya yung bida.
Right.
Diba?
Medyo nag-freeze yung frame mo. Hindi ko alam kung sa akin lang yun or...
Alright. Baka ulitin ko na lang. So anyway, so yung si Rocky kasi, there was this story na the production company wanted to buy it from him. Pero ayaw niya kasi i-etchapuera siya. He wanted to direct it and star in it eh.
Right.
So he stuck to his guns, parang ganun yata. And then may ganung kwento eh. Tapos they made a movie, small budget, then eventually nag-click siya. So yun, the rest is history.
Ang daming sumunod na Rocky.
Medyo na-over na nga siya. For me, yung magandang movies, yung hanggang Rocky 4. 5 and 6, medyo they lost me na eh.
They lost me to, actually, sa 4, medyo na-lost na gan ako. Bumalik na lang ako sa Creed.
Yeah, Creed. Actually, yung second, di ko pa napapanood eh, ng buo. Yung first, I watched it.
It's a very well-made film.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, pero parang nagka-cancer pa si Rocky. Diba?
Ang dami ng binato sa kanya eh, no?
Kawawa nga si Rocky eh. Diba? Diba namatay yung wife niya, estranged siya sa anak niya. Tapos nagka-cancer pa. Kawawa naman si Rocky.
Actually, okay. So, just to there's another Sylvester Stallone movie
Mm.
that I wanted to put in na medyo sports din that I wasn't sure if it was part of the criteria now. Would you know what it is?
Teka, over the top?
Yan, over the top.
Ah.
Diba? Arm
Ah,
wrestling
yeah.
na napakaganda din ng storya. It's also,
Mm.
but it's more of a relationship between a father and a son.
Yes. Para siyang similar siya sa Real Steel. Same
I
ano.
love Real Steel.
'Di ba?
Medyo
Parang pareho siya
cry-
ng plot, no?
crying tears ako dun sa Real Steel.
Parang pareho siya ng plot nun eh. Yung estranged father, sumali ng tournament, tapos dahil doon, naging close ulit sila ng anak niya. Diba? Parang ano eh.
Tapos meron din evil stepfather
No.
na gustong ganda nga. I love that movie.
Parang ano siya. Loose adaptation ng movie yun. Pero itong Rocky, especially yung third, yung si Clubber Lang, grabe yung ano na ron. Grabe yung drama doon eh. Diba?
Medyo naiyak na rin ako ng konti doon. Hindi
Yung,
naman ako iyakin, no? Pero when, when it comes to sports movies, I have a soft spot.
yung namatay si Mickey. Tapos tinalo siya ni Clubber Lang. Ito yung first appearance ni Mr. T.
Sobrang astig ni Mr. T. Pare, I mean,
Hey, fool!
I pity the fool.
Meron akong pinapanood na ngayon na cartoon series sa Netflix. Napanood ba yung Hoops?
Hindi.
Ano siya so parang Family Guy na style na cartoons. Tapos yung, it's about a small town basketball coach. Ang nagpa-play ng voice, yung parang Jewish ba siya or Italian actor do sa Four Girls? The New Girl.
New Girl.
Yung parang Jewish na ba doon or Italian na friend niya.
Si Schmidt.
Hindi si Schmidt. Yung isa, yung Italian yata siya eh. Hindi si Schmidt, yung isa.
Okay, si putang na yung pangalan nun.
Basta it's a good
Yung
series.
nasa The Mummy.
Yeah, siya yung siya yung ghost, 'di ba? Yung parang So, siya, may isang scene doon. Describe niya yung Rocky. Parang it's a nice movie. It's about a boxer with a wife whose name is Yo Adrian.
Adrian!
Yo Adrian, yo Paulie, yo Tommy. Parang lahat no?
Hey, Adrian!
Yung buong movie, maririnig mo, maintindihan mo lang sa kanya. Yo, Polly. Yo, Adrian.
Typical sa Italian Americans.
Pero
Guidos.
Pero ang galing nung yung Hoops, panoorin mo yun. Matatawa ka doon sa humor niya. Medyo coop siya doon.
It's part of my list.
Coop siya na basketball coach eh. Stig. So, ayan. So, Rocky Balboa. Then, ito nagtaka ako, number 2 sa'yo to itong next.
Actually, nagtaka din ako ng konti, pero I really, really like this movie.
Pero it's a good movie. It's a really, really good movie ito. Good acting.
It's a league of their own. League of their own. Galing yan. Si Again, it's a different kind of baseball movie. It's an all-girls team coached by an alcoholic Tom Hanks.
Washed up
coach, player na naging coach.
Cynical na siya dahil doon, 'di ba?
Ulit.
Cynical. Parang wala na siyang wala na. Everything na wala nang sa kanya, 'di ba?
Right, oo.
Parang he's just going through the motions di ba?
Oo, right. And this was set during the war, no? So parang people wanted to have a different kind of entertainment, so they made an all-girls na kailangan medyo sexy ng konti baseball team. Tapos naging sikat sila. And it's a different kind of baseball movie because nga it's an all-girls team. Tapos it also has one of the most memorable Tom Hanks lines for me.
Yeah, there's no crying in baseball.
Crying in baseball?
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
Diba? For me, talaga, tapos star-studded with Gina
Yes, yun.
Davis and Madonna.
Rosie.
Tapos it also has one of the best soundtracks.
Yeah.
Come
Ganda
on,
nung
man.
ganda nung
It's a
song
heavy
nila.
hitter.
Ano, nakakaiyak ano?
Oo,
Yung
dude.
theme song nung league, no?
Yeah. It's for me, I will stand by this decision for number
Uh,
two.
Teka lang, nag-freeze. Can you hear me? Narinig mo
Yes,
naman
I
ako,
can.
'di ba? Ang problema,
Uh,
nag-freeze yung screen ko. Sige, I'll try to do something about it. What's with this, what's happening today? Yan, okay na. Okay na.
Yun.
Kailangan mo lang i-reset.
Hard reset.
Ghost month kasi ngayon, alam mo yun, 'di ba? Do you believe in ghost month?
Yes. It's
So,
almost about to end in a few weeks.
kaya nga, so medyo, ang lakas magloko ng mga electronic gadgets dito sa bahay. Ayan, pero malapit na naman. Okay na yan.
We're almost at number one.
Okay. So, number 2 yon. Pero before we get to your number 1, okay? Ito muna. Yung worst sports movies mo. Actually, I agree except for yung Wimbledon. Simply because hindi ko pa napapanood yan.
Sobrang olats ng Wimbledon. Dude. I mean, if you think Kirsten Dunst can play tennis, you've got another thing coming, man. Again, it's one of those things na hindi ko talaga sila even the movements, tennis player ako, pare, di ba? So I can't take it. I can't take how shitty this movie is on all levels.
Meron bang movie na ginawa na for tennis players?
This one,
Hindi, wala. Bukod dyan, wala.
meron ako siya naaalala when I was younger. Hindi ko alam yung title, pero it's about a tennis player na parang meron siyang ginawang move na I don't know, to all the viewers out there, if you would know, meron siyang ginawang the psych move na tuwing magsaserve yung kalaban niya, nandun siya sa pinakalabas, tapos naghihintay lang siyang gano'n na parang poaching. Tapos that would cause the opponent to double fault. I can't remember exactly what movie that is, but I do remember that scene. And that's the only tennis film I know aside from Wimbledon.
Ako rin eh. Nag-iisip ako kanina eh. Sabi ko, may tennis movie pa ba akong parang wala eh. Maybe you can do something about it.
Well, washed up tennis player, all skill, no skill, all heart.
Yun yung maganda kasi yung pagdating sa technical side ng sport, diba? Familiar ka. So you can do something about it. Pati yung mga movements.
I think that's one of the toughest parts about tennis. It's not a very easy sport to learn. The learning curve is quite high when it comes to tennis, as opposed to, let's say, parang badminton na you can give anyone a badminton racket and then within a few minutes nakakapag-rally na sila. Diba? With tennis, medyo years ang binibilang bago ka decent rally and decent form. And then, of course, Air Bud. I mean, it's a dog playing basketball. Come on.
So hindi siya believable. Hindi siya pasok doon sa ano mo.
I mean, obviously, it's a dog playing basketball.
Tapos yung isa yung Teen Wolf.
Isa pa yun, di ba?
Ako hindi ko ilalagay sa worst to kasi, di ba, panahon ko to itong Teen Wolf eh. It's entertaining for me. Actually, yun nga mali ko. I never considered this as a sports movie eh. It's more of a coming-of-age movie eh, para sa akin eh. Just so happened to be playing basketball eh. Di ba? Parang ganun eh. Pero still, yeah, you're right. It is a sport.
Parang, Michael J. Fox for me is so unbelievable as a basketball player, even when he turns into Teen Wolf.
Yeah. Oo nga eh. Parang lalo na yung nagfi-free throw siya. Ang pangit na itsura nung, di ba yung katawan niya, hindi pang basketball player. Hindi ka maniniwala na he could play eh.
Diba? Yun na nga eh. Diba?
Naka-drop
You
yung
can't
shoulder.
Suspend that. Wala. I can't get myself off the fact that it's a fucking werewolf playing basketball.
But hey, this was the 80s, diba? Tama ba? Was this 80s or early 90s? Parang 8
Parang 90s yata siya. I'm not
or
sure.
early 90s, yeah.
Ah.
Ayun. Alam mo naman, ang panahon na yung weirdo mga tao. Okay, so yon. That's the worst, that Mikey's 3 worst movies, sports movies. Okay, tapos, ano ba yung next mo?
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, nasa na ba yung honorable mentions mo? Yikes, nawala ko yata. Top 10. Wait lang hanapin ko yung honorable mention. Nawala.
Anyway, konti lang naman siya.
Sige.
Pwede lang
Iyan mo
natin
na lang.
enumerate.
Enumerate mo na lang. Talk us through it. Ano yung mga honorable mentions?
All right. So this a couple of my honorable mentions that didn't make really the list. The first one, I'm not even sure if it's considered a sports movie, but it won a lot of awards. It's The Blind Side by Sandra Bullock and the Michael O'Hare story. O'Hare. I mean, really, it's another feel-good movie about a guy who was down on his luck, pushed in the right direction by sports.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah. Okay, so the
Blind
first
Side.
one was The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock. And I have 2 Adam Sandler movies up there.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore and The Waterboy.
Waterboy, gusto ko rin yan.
Diba? So para for me, I mean, Happy Gilmore is an iconic role for Adam Sandler. It's one of the best golf movies and has one of the best golf bad guys.
Yes, yun yung sabihin ko eh. Si Scooter. Tama ba?
Shooter
McGavin. Shooter McGavin. Played by... What's his name again?
He eats pieces of shit for breakfast.
You eat piece of shit for galing eh. Saka yung role ni what's his name? Si Apollo Creed. The guy who plays Apollo Creed.
Namatay.
Yeah. It's all in the hips.
It's
It's all in the hips. Diba?
Man, what a great movie.
Yeah.
And again, rewatchability, I will rewatch this movie infinite times. If I'm doing something and I want something in the background, I'll have Happy Gilmore in there. And Adam Sandler is there too.
Ito rin Waterboy. Ang dami niyang mga quotable quotes dyan. Di ba? Water sucks. It really sucks. Diba?
It's one of those it's so stupid that it's so bad it's good.
You can do it! Di ba? Yung kay Rob Schneider dyan.
Rob Schneider. Yeah, man. So for me, those are... And then Creed, of course, with the follow-up of Rocky.
Ito gusto ko rin yung isa mo, yung Air Up There. Yeah.
The Air Up There, di ba? Oh, man. Pero that's on a lot of worst lists. Diba, wala naman daw kinalaman sa
Alam ba brother ni Dikembe Mutombo yung doon? Yung antagonist dito sa Air Up There? Yung kalaban nila?
I remember something being said about that when I first saw it. Si Mutombo nga.
Brother ni Dikembe Mutombo.
Right.
So,
With the finger, wag the finger.
So, yun. Yung
meron pa akong isang honorable mention, but I'm not quite sure if this is part of the criteria of the list. No? It's the Last Dance documentary.
Ayun nga eh. Yeah.
The Bull.
Tatanong ko nga sa'yo yun eh. Kung pag-documentary ba, pwede natin siyang i-consider as a sports movie or it's a different class altogether?
Well, definitely cinematic experience. Kasi hindi siya it's told in I think 5 or 6 episodes, di ba? So parang it's not even a documentary movie per se. It's a series. But if I were to kind of not really pay attention to that, for me, this is one of the best documentaries about sports ever made. I mean, just to pull off having to follow 6 or 7 people around for one whole year of the Chicago Bulls, arguably the most famous man on the planet.
At that
diba?
time.
Parang sobrang galing nung feat na yun eh. And to have it under wraps for 20 years. Diba? Ang galing. I mean, I
Yeah.
really, really like the way they made that documentary.
Although yung mga nangyari growing up during that time, alam mo naman na nangyari yun eh. Like yung kay Pepe, yung migraine niya, yung refusing to go into the game, and Tony Kuko hitting that last second shot. May mga small na mga facts na ngayon lang natin nalaman eh. Like yung ano ni Dennis Rodman sa Las Vegas, that's the first time we heard about it, 'di ba? Tapos yung
Right.
tapos yung friction between Pippen and Jerry Krause, you knew that back then, pero you didn't know that ganong kagrabe pala.
Oh, minumura na pala siya sa
Yes.
bus.
Oh, ganun na. So, ano na eh, parang nag-fill in lang yung blanks for us. Ako personally, yung sinusubaybayan ko yung Chicago Bulls at that time. Diba?
But just to be clear, I saw this documentary with Husta, my wife. And she's not really a basketball fan,
Yeah.
nor is she a Bulls fan. Pero parang natripan din niya yung yung storytelling nitong Last Dance. So
Galing eh.
it doesn't just iniisip ko kasi baka naman kasi Bulls fan ako and basketball fan ako. Pero hindi, it goes to all levels, I think.
Hindi ka ba na-distract sa mata ni Michael Jordan?
Na pula.
Dilaw nga, hindi man lang pula eh. Dilaw eh.
Medyo nakaka-distract nga. Actually, tinanong din ni Husta yun ako bakit palaging mamula-mula yung mata ni Michael Jordan. Feeling ko kasi nagdudub siya ng konti doon.
Tapos yung iniinom niya, that was tequila daw eh. They asked that. It's a $1,400 bottle of tequila na he co-owns with Genie Bus, mga ganon. Parang company
hindi
nila
naman
yun.
Yung Teremana tequila ni The Rock.
Iba naman yata eh. Nakakatawa eh. Mga small stuff like that. Siyempre magtatanong ka eh, bakit ano? So everybody was asking what was he drinking? Diba? So yung lumabas sinabi ng filmmaker that was tequila nga daw.
Ang galing, no? Tapos hindi mo alam, patola pala si Michael Jordan, lahat pinapatulan.
Ay, hindi. Ako alam ko yun. Na yung demonyo siya sa practice.
Hindi lang yun. As in, lahat ginagawa niyang fuel to his fire.
Yeah. Alam, ano yan, that was well documented that right before pa. Di ba may mga books nang lumabas dati about yung attitude niya.
His competitive,
that's part,
over-competitiveness.
That's part of what makes him great, eh, di ba?
Tama.
So, yan.
Well, all right, man. Let's go to the number one. My number one film.
Okay.
Double Trouble.
Ito
Double
lahat.
Dribble.
So ito, 'di ba, yung Mighty Ducks. Lahat ba yan? Part ba sa number one mo yung trilogy na yan?
Hindi pare. I mean, again, the first one is still the best for me. The introduction of all the characters, and for me, the best coach in all sports movies, which is Michael Bombay.
Gordon Bombay
pala, tama. Gordon Bombay. For me, talagang this had me at hello from the start to the end. I love this movie. I love the heart. I love the message. Everything about this movie for me is number one, man.
The characters.
I fully believed all of them could skate. Iba-iba sila. I fully believed Goldberg could do the knuckle puck. You know what I mean? Everything about it is so good. Tapos it's an underdog story against the Hawks na parang a band of rich kids.
Talented
Diba?
na
Ang galing talaga, dude.
Sabi ni Hirsch, kamukha ko daw si Charlie Conway.
Baka si Charlie, wala na akong maisip na jokes.
Kamukha ko ba? Di ba pareho kami ng Joe? Si Joshua Jackson.
Sa Cruel Intentions.
Come on, come on, Mikey, don't lie. Don't be shy.
Pare, crush ko din yan si Joshua Jackson. Team Pacey forever. Dawson's Creek.
Pero ako, for me, yung hanggang 2, okay sa akin. Yung third, yung Varsity, parang ang taas na nung national team eh. Tapos biglang babalik ka sa high school, parang
Oo nga,
it
tapos
didn't
parang
work for me.
binalik lang si Coach Bombay para lang may familiar face, no?
Diba? Parang kaya ano eh. Kaya yung
The
hanggang doon
two,
sa second.
the second one was also good with
Second one.
against Iceland.
Gusto ko yung
That
second
was a
one.
good one
Gusto
too.
ko. Kasi nadagdagan yung characters eh. Dumating si Knucklepuck, si what's his name? Yung sa ano? Sa Kia, ano? Pangalan? Sa Saturday Night Live.
Keenan and Kel.
Si Keenan and Kel.
Si Keenan lang.
Si Keenan. Yun. Kaya gusto ko
Diba?
siya.
Tapos, come on team, let's go shake their hands.
Saka yung goalie nung kalaban, crush si Julie the Cat. So yun. So
Actually,
yun yung
maganda naman talaga si The Cat.
si Julie the Cat Gaffney.
Ah.
Ayan. So yun yung top 10 ni Mikey. Okay, it's a good selection pero daanan lang natin before we end this, gusto ko lang ipakita yung sarili ko, yung sarili kong top 10. Okay, hindi naman. So yan. So ito yung
Daming pareho.
yeah, definitely, 'di ba? Ito in no particular order. Okay, so ayan, nandiyan din yung syempre yung dodgeball, Rudy. Okay? Ang naiba lang yung tin cup ni Kevin
Yung
Costner.
sa akin, Happy Gilmore, sa'yo, Tin Cup.
Gusto ko yung last scene dyan eh, yung he was trying to reach yung last hole in one swing instead of laying out.
The pin.
Yeah. Tapos yun, the replacements, ayan, rewatchability replacements, ilang beses ko rin napanood yan. Galing nung characters, underdog, kasi yung mga replacement players lang sila, 'di ba? So they were parang lalo na nung towards the end of the movie, bumalik na yung mga regular players. 'Di ba? Yung team nila replacement players.
Nakalimutan ko tong the replacement.
Ito yung isa sa mga favorite ko, Mikey. At saka yung speech nito ang ganda, yung Miracle. One of my favorite yun. Nag-agree si Bossing Charles. Yung Miracle, one of the top 3 na speeches sa sports movies. Yung sinabi nung coach yung ano ba yun? Greatness is born from great opportunities. Ganda nung speech na yun.
Nax. Kailangan i-video mo yan, F, na ginagawa mo.
Oo nga eh. Basta yun. Tapos ang cruel pa rito sa movie na to. In production yung movie. So yung coach nila, si Herb, I forgot his name. Yung coach, he died nung post-production.
Whoa!
So during
Really?
consultant siya, meron pa siyang cameo. Pero nung post-prod, namatay siya. So yung ending ng movie, ang nakalagay na parang he never saw this movie. He lived it.
Ooh!
Galing,
Chills.
Galing.
Literal chills.
Galing, diba? So yun. So yun yung first 5 ko. Ito yung next 5 ko. Yan. Major League.
All right. Okay, I
Rocky.
see. Rocky's there too.
Okay.
Major League is there also.
Pero Jerry Maguire, 'di ba? Show me the money, 'di ba?
That's a good one.
My ambassador of
That is a good
Kwan.
choice.
You had me at hello. 'Di ba? Ang dami niyang quotable quotes. Ito yung top 2 ko. Ito yung top 2
May
ko.
soft spot ka pala, F.
Ito yung top 2 ko pa. The Natural. Ito nga Jerry Maguire. After ko mapanood niya, gusto ko maging sports agent eh. Diba?
I really like Jerry Maguire. But I didn't even consider that as a sports movie, but you're right, it's a good one.
So yun, tapos yung top 2 ko yung The Natural at saka yung Hoosiers. Actually may kabobohan akong ginawa. Nakalimutan kong isama rito. Yung actually ito yung third ko top 3. May nagbanggit nga dito si Randall eh. Remember the Titans, pare. I forgot to include it for some reason. Pero yun. So basically top 11 siya. Remember the Titans. In terms of yung mga speeches, Hoosiers, ang laking bagay nitong movie nito. Doon sa makeup ko as a coach, as a player. Ito yung, bata pa lang ako. Nung nirelease siya sa Pilipinas, ang pangalan niya, Best Shot eh. It was released as Best Shot here.
I think in most other countries, Best Shot din siya. Hindi lang siya sa Pilipinas. Sa States lang yata siya Hoosiers.
Kasi hindi alam ng Pinoy kung ano yung Hoosier eh, di ba?
Tapos yung tagline niya, no? They
is...
needed a second chance to be first. Ooh.
Yung ba, hindi yun. Ang tagline
Yun
niya,
yun.
nung nirelease siya rito, winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. Yun yung
Hanapin
tagline
natin
niya
yung
rito.
tagline ng Who
Saka
She
yung
Is.
yung speech ni Gene Hackman, tapos yung acting, Dennis Hopper was nominated for best supporting dito do sa role niya as
Alcoholic din siya, di ba?
father of one of the players and naging assistant coach. Yan. Tapos ito natural, yan, Robert Redford, one of the greatest talaga na sports movies yan. Yung
Maganda nga yan, pare.
yung character niya, 'di ba? Tapos yung bat niya, yung nakalagay Wonder Boy. So ang dami niyang itong movie na to, ang dami niyang
The Natural, I've only seen in snippets. I haven't seen the
Watch
entire thing. Panay mga little snippets lang.
watch it, pares. Barbara Hershey nandiyan. It's yan. So yun yung top 10 ko. 'Di ba? Medyo mas maraming luma kaysa sa bago. Tulad nga yung Coach Carter. For me kasi medyo bago na yun eh. Pero yun ang kapalit ng Hoosiers eh, yung Coach Carter.
Right. So that's yun yung explanation mo kung bakit that wasn't even in your top 10 kasi yung top 1 mo Hoosiers.
Yes. So saka mas gusto ko
Got
yun.
it.
Mas sa akin yun eh. Mas sa akin yung Hoosiers. Mas umantig sa
puso mo.
puso ko. So yun yung top 10 ko. Si Buds, Pinoy sports movie na special mention, wala ba?
Wala
Actually,
akong
meron,
sports
pare.
movies sa Pinoy, pare.
Meron, puto. Yung kay Herbert Bautista, yung sumut siya sa ring ng kalaban. Naging term dati yun eh, sa mga liga. Pag sumut ka sa ring ng kalaban, ang tawag sa'yo, puto. Saka yung movie ni na Tito Vic and Joey, yung may special formula sila na tumatalbog. Pinapahid sa shoes nila para nakakatalon sila ng mataas. I forgot the name. Parang double dribble yata. Ganun.
Double trouble or double dribble? I remember that.
Kanina may humirit eh. Dunkin Donato eh. Yung kay Benji Paras. Diba? Pero yun. Aside from that, ito. Yun. Ikaw. Meron ka pang i-add? Baka may nakalimutan ka?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Parang ang dami kong binasang literature before this kasi ang dami kong nakakalimutan ng mga movies, no? So naghahanap talaga ako ng mga listahan. Pero parang I'm happy with my list.
Yeah.
It's a good hodgepodge of it's a good mix of things.
Tsaka yun nga, it's your list. Diba? Wala namang yan eh. It's
I would have added Jerry Maguire if I had remembered it.
Jerry Maguire. Si Brother Maguire. Show me the money. Diba? Ganda. Ang dami niyang memorable lines.
Yup.
Diba? So, yun. So yun yung list ni, anong oras na ba? It's been
7 o'clock na pa.
Yeah. An hour and a half na tayo. So, ayun. Before we, bago tayo mag-end, Mikey, meron ka bang...
And just like a good sports movie, we're all underdogs right now. So let's give each other a happy ending.
We're all in this together. Ika nga eh. Diba?
Uy, maganda yun Gusto ko yun. We're all in this together. That's a good sports movie. High School Musical.
So, yeah. Okay. So, yun. With that being said, we'd like to thank Mikey for sharing his expertise regarding this topic, yung natin, yung mga sports movies. Okay? So, we have reached the end of tonight's episode. I'd like to thank Mikey, El Dragon McBiceps, for taking the time to grace us with his knowledge. Okay? If you'd like to know more about his mga rackets niya, yung mga ventures niya, Manila Chisig, and yung Mikey's Kitchen nga, I've provided a link do sa description. So if you wanna order order from him, click nyo lang yung link tapos message nyo siya. In case you haven't, please like and follow our Facebook page. By tomorrow, I'll be uploading this episode over at our YouTube channel. Yung link to that is provided in the description then. Okay, so please do like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Okay, and while you're at it, paki-share na rin sa friends nyo. Alright. And with that being said, on behalf of Direk Mikey del Rosario, this is Coach F. Francisco, leaving you with the famous words of Jackie Moon of the Flint Tropics. Everybody love everybody. Thank you everyone for watching. Keep safe and stay sporty. Thanks, Mikey.
Later.